The holidays are when scammers are really on the prowl. But what happened to one man could happen to anyone any time of the year. A former news reporter fell victim to a woman who claimed to be of a royal descent. He told ABC 24 anchor John Paul all about it and how you can protect yourself.
We begin our story at the end. Jonathan Walton, a reality TV producer, has been making the rounds all over the country promoting his podcast. The stories he shared are better than fiction, and he said even he wouldn't believe any of it if it didn't happen to him.
I did what 90% of con artist victims never do. I went public with my story, and that turned out to be the recipe to stop my con artist in her tracks.
And it also helped him uncover victims all over America and around the world. So, how did their relationship begin? Jonathan takes us back.
This was a new neighbor who moved into my building. A lovely woman. She had a strange accent. She said she was from Ireland.
Jonathan and his neighbor, Mayor Smith, became real close, real fast.
I confided in her that part of my family had disowned me for being gay, and she pounced. She said, "Oh, my family disowned me too."
Jonathan said she wined and dined him and his husband at fancy restaurants and bought them expensive gifts. That's when he alleges the master manipulator was already hard at work, trying to convince him that she had a share of a $25 million inheritance, and her powerful family was trying to keep her from getting it. She showed him text messages and emails as what she called proof.
And I'm embarrassed to say it out loud, but it's the truth. I was helping an Irish heiress get her inheritance. I fell for one of the oldest cons in the books.
During their 4-year friendship, Jonathan admits he loaned her thousands of dollars to help her get her inheritance.
She's telling me nothing but lies, but I believe her, and I'm loaning her money to live on because her family got a dirty DA to freeze her bank accounts, and her family just wants her to forfeit the inheritance. And I'm fighting with her tooth and nail for her to get her inheritance.
While Jonathan was being scammed, little did he know he was not the only victim. A jailhouse visit revealed almost everything about Mayor Smith, whose real name was Mary Ann Smith. That's when he said the jig was up.
She's in jail for felony grand theft. She pled guilty to stealing $200,000 from a travel agency. And I was like, that's not what she told me. Like, nothing about her case was correct. She lied about everything. Her bank accounts were never frozen. There is no family. Like, that was all a scam just to milk money out of me.
Fed up and frustrated, Jonathan went to police. He said investigators turned him away, telling him it's not a crime because he gave her the money, and to take the case to civil court. Jonathan didn't listen.
If you trick someone by telling them lies to give you anything over $900, it is felony grand theft. That is a fact. So I pushed back on the cop.
Thanks to pages of evidence, text messages, and emails, officers then began an investigation. Jonathan took it a step further and went public. Then he found dozens of victims in several states: Florida, Michigan, California, New York, and right here in Tennessee. Each one reaching out to Jonathan to share how she allegedly groomed and conned them too. In many cases, many were too embarrassed to talk to police and too embarrassed to talk to us about it.
Con artists, they're not smarter than you. Con artists don't outsmart you, they outfeel you. They get into your heart very quickly, and that's the point of becoming friends. Every victim she scams, she offers to help.
In addition to his Queen of the Con podcast, his story was featured right here on ABC 24 last year during an episode of ABC's The Con. Jonathan said he's thankful, though, for this experience.
I'm grateful she scammed me.
Why?
Because it turned me into this person I never imagined for a second I could be. I've become this bulldog, this private investigator.
And he's helping victims along the way, bringing their con artists to justice. Jonathan wants you to know, to avoid becoming a victim, you need to recognize the signs.
They get into your life very quickly. They're the new boyfriend or girlfriend. They're the new coworker. In my case, they're the new neighbor.
Jonathan says next comes the praise, the gifts, then the one thing you need to watch out for.
They're in trouble. They need help. They got crazy drama happening.
And he says you'll want to help, but don't.
I didn't believe con artists were real. I thought it's just something you see in movies. No. They're everywhere.
Smith was convicted and sentenced to 5 years. Jonathan tells me she's out of prison now because of the pandemic and fled California. There are cases against her overseas. You can listen to Queen of the Con streaming now. In the studio, I'm John Paul, ABC 24 News.